that we come with our story, okay? Everyone has a story, and everyone has their experiences, their unique selves. Typically, when somebody comes, their things aren't going well, right? So, because we're not going to look for help if things are going well, right? So something is not going well, and that's the beginning of the unfoldment, right, for anybody. So the first thing that we do is to hear, the story, hear the story and be present and unconditionally loving and really just being, I guess the first step is being heard, right? And that's very profound for me. Then it's, I'm able to understand energetically where a person can use some energetic balance, I use different techniques of color and sound, and it just comes, So we sit together, and we, I might go through a certain technique. I can see the colors that could be very helpful for them at that moment. I'll tell them the colors, and I'll surround them with that color energetically, and sounds can come that are just the sounds that they need to hear at that moment to balance their energy. So this is the work that I do is energy work. So, and it's come from my training in Reiki, and also my training in other things that I've learned. And so we started that way. So when a person can be energetically balanced, right? So that their energy flows, then they can think clearer, and then they can leave and look at their lives and say, okay, now I'm not as stressed as when I walked in. So now I have some clarity, and now I can go ahead and figure out my life, because now I'm not stuck. So we unstick people. Mm-hmm. So the idea is to it's not so much about, sitting there and listening to week after week of problems. However, sometimes it is that, because no one's heard them, so it's going to be unique for each person. Like, some people just need to be heard, and there's a therapeutic value to that. But it's not a therapeutic value to keep repeating the problem over and over again, because that just makes it more intensely there. Mm-hmm. So while, we hear the problem, it's more about relieving that tension that comes from the problem, so that the person can, in the environment of trust, unconditional love, and stillness, come to their own conclusions as to how they can, and then that discussion can come.